and welcome inside the Bahakel Sports studio for tonight's show of the Blitz. It is week 4 of high school football. I am Bahakel Sports Director Jeff Taylor, alongside my man here, John Treach. How are you, man?
Yeah, good to see you again, Jeff. Over the next 30 minutes, the Bahakel Sports team, including Kelly Bardick and Jack Taylor, will bring you the best highlights and scores from around the area. And I guess what? It's a heavy helping of highlights this week.
Indeed it is. Let's kick it off as we start with a good one, as Weddington traveled to Butler, and this was a matchup of 3-0 teams. Weddington and head coach Andy Capone came in tonight's game with a perfect 3-0 on the season, while the Bulldogs, they came in on a 2-game winning streak. And early on, this one was scoreless until 5 minutes left in the game. And guess what? The quarterback, Zach Lawrence, is going to take it in all by himself to put the Bulldogs up 7-0. But Weddington comes right back. Tyler Budge is going to find Barber in the back of the end zone. That would make it 7-all. Then guess what? We're going to have a little trouble with special teams. The snap over the head for the Butler Bulldogs. That would lead to a safety, putting Weddington up 9-7. Now, 19 seconds to go. This is Tyler Budge, and he is going to find the running back on the screen pass. He's going to get out of bounds, and guess what? Right near the end, the field goal is going to be good. That would make it 12-7 in favor of Weddington. But in the end, the Butler Bulldogs would get the win in this one, 22-15. And that, of course, is a great job for Butler getting the win there.
And we go to Chambers. Coach Brandon Wiggins with fire in his eyes for the officials as the Cougars were hungry for Hickory Ridge. Check out Trey Robinson. DIY Trey had a day. Touchdown Robinson, the first-year Chambers quarterback, getting it done. Everybody has a rhythm on the sideline. Everybody wants to dance, especially in the defensive backfield. Journey Elder. Journey on an expedition for 6. How about 63-14? Chambers, after losing their opener, has responded with vengeance.
That is pretty spectacular there. Hey, let's roll on. Next stop on the night, Independence playing host to South Meck. Both teams in need of a win in the early part of the season. Independence losing a heartbreaker to West Charlotte last week. This one was slow going in the beginning. Both of the defenses playing great ball. Neither offense got going until midway through the second quarter. The Patriots of Independence on the move. Justin Little finds Bryden Crowder, who makes the tough catch. Comes down hard. It would give Indy a first down. A few plays later, Little finds Brown, who makes a great catch. And then guess what? He's going to drag a couple defenders into the end zone. That put the Patriots up 7-0. Indy rolls on this one. Your final 45-0. Good job for the Patriots.
To Charlotte Catholic and North Meck, All-American feels from the crowd to the red, white, and blue cotton candy to the patriotic sky. It was everywhere.
Wow,
to the American-made leg of Roman Highland, 38 yards and good. He has a cannon. 3-0 after one quarter, and that's where Charlie Smith dials up the unstoppable fighting Irish force. Jack Larson, go get 6. What a catch, touchdown. It was a pretty connection, even to the critical scouts in the stands. It was impressive. Nothing great is ever achieved without enthusiasm. Thomas Wakefield reacts like he just earned the sack, found out there's no school on Monday, and Mom made brownies. I love it, Thomas. Speaking of dessert, Jake Anderson, cherry on top of a great drive. 29-0, Charlotte Catholic bounces back in great form. They're 2-1.
Congratulations to them. Now let's take a look at some of the other scores from around the Queen City tonight. Catawba Ridge losing to Audrey Kell, and then Richmond gets waxed by Myers Park, 47-14.
Just like in basketball, Myers Park gets it done. How about Cuthbertson? Undefeated 4-0 behind first-year coach Duke Howell, and Olympic can't hack it at Shelby, 51-21 the final.
Wow. So there are your scores early on. Stick around. We have a lot more for you as the Blitz rolls on, including a wrap-up of our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week between Marvin Ridge and Lake Norman. But as we go to break, take a look and listen from our student section. It was the Bullying Bulldogs of Butler High School.
See it again here. Just a nice throw. Good job catching. That's
talking Lake Norman. That's matters as the Marvin Ridge quarterback.
and again.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to the Blitz as we bring you all the action of Week 4 of the 2023 season. Now, our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week, which was between two great teams, and it was live streamed on BahakelSports.com. It was Lake Norman playing host to Marvin Ridge. And take a look at some of the very quick highlights. And let me just tell you what, two teams with perfect starts to their season, both 3-0. That meant tonight something had to give. And early on, it seemed that the defense for Lake Norman would give out. Marvin Ridge would come out hot on the offensive side of the ball. Quarterback Evan Metters, not with one, not two. He would get 3 touchdowns. He would get the Mavericks out with a big lead. And this game would seem to be going all toward Marvin Ridge, but that would change, and that was not the case. Now, to bring us all the action from the latter part of the game, we're going to turn it over to our guys who are on the call, and that is Reggie Walker and Darren Vaught. Guys, take over.
From Lake Norman High School, side of our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week with Reggie Walker, I'm Darren Vaught. Reggie, a wild one. This one started 21-0 in favor of Marvin Ridge. The visitors at halftime. Lake Norman doesn't surrender any points in the second half. They surge back to win it 23-21, an incredible game.
We knew special teams would prove to be a factor in this game. We saw so many other aspects of the game, but particularly in the second half, part of this comeback for Lake Norman was predicated on what they were able to do on special teams.
So it started the second half, with a kickoff to Marvin Ridge in which Lake Norman forced a fumble. They recovered that. They got 9 points on the board, and then this pass from Haynes Robitzer to Antonio Griffin got them within a score.
It got them within a score, but more importantly, their confidence was back. This stadium was alive again, and off of that play, you could see everything come back. And then right here, the scramble drill, Cam Neal, first catch of the night, gets him down inside the 10-yard line. That was an absolutely huge play in this football game that set up what proved to be the game-winning touchdown.
Haynes Robitzer fakes the handoff to Moses Morris here, who had been really, really involved offensively. Everyone jumped. Morris, Robitzer trots into the end zone, and that put Lake Norman up by 1. They kicked the extra point to go up 2 rather than trying to go for 2 and make it a 3-point game. Marvin Ridge has a chance down the stretch, a 31-yard field goal attempt. No good. And the Wildcats escape. That was with 2 seconds left.
And you just feel for Dawson Jones. This is a kicker that his coach told us we trust him 50-plus yards at times. He thought and they thought that would be a chip shot and a chance to win the game. Unable to knock that one through. Just an absolute heartbreaker for Marvin Ridge. But this Lake Norman group, 23-21 win. They are now 4-0.
They give Marvin Ridge their first loss of the season. The Wildcats pull out a wild victory on the Bahakel Sports Game of the Week.
And, of course, our thanks to Reggie Walker and Darren Vaught for the wrap-up of the Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Next week's matchup is Monroe, who plays host to Porter Ridge, and you can catch that game next Friday night starting at 7 o'clock. Meanwhile, we got some more scores from you from around the Queen City. Take a look. East Meck beats up on Corvian 51, and what the score is, I'm not quite sure. A.L. Brown blanks South Rowan 30-0. On we go. Hickory Mill and Cox Mill 51, not exactly sure there. West Cabarrus beats up on Porter Ridge 30-0. And as we have, of course, more action from tonight's games around the Queen City coming up. But as we go to break, take a look and listen to our cheerleaders of the week. It is the ladies from Rocky River High School.
And welcome back to the Blitz. I'm Kelly Bardick alongside Jack Taylor.
We're already at week 4, Kelly. It's been a month of high school football.
It's great. It's been great.
And then we have a bunch of matchups to get forward to, so let's take a look out at Concord for the conference debut of Cannon taking on Providence Day. And what a way to start. You see already off the bat, Ian Klein going straight. Oh, actually, that is a different game right there. I'm not sure why that came up like that, but let's take a look and see what it is if we can figure it out.
Rocky River and...
That's your game.
Yeah, Rocky River hosting Berry. A lot of early action. That was first quarter. Berry threatening the dual threat QB, Tanner Bushi, getting the score. Cardinals extra point is good, but the Ravens defense would turn it up and dial in back-to-back sacks to roll out and end the first quarter and get into the second quarter. That put the field position great, and then there was this incredible punt return there from Cahavion Wilbon, put the Ravens in scoring range. Jalen Bird finishes it by punching it in for the touchdown. That ties things up 7-7 about midway through the first half. This one was close to the very end, but Rocky River would get the dub, 21-20, the final score.
Now, we talked about that Providence Day Cannon game. They debut for Cannon. We'll give you the sneak peek. Providence Day took that one in 49-7 in a big fashion. Let's go back to Concord. A bloodbath out here for J.M. Robinson. Already up 28 over Central Cabarrus by the time I even got there. So Rosenborough in the backfield. Quick swing pass out to Nalej Wright, who changes direction, spins out of that tackle, pulling the defender down as he gets to the red zone, and he's going to punch it into himself. I want to know if it's pronounced Nalej or Knowledge, because knowledge sounds pretty cool for a football player. But spoiler alert in this one, J.M. Robinson continues their winning ways, undefeated, a huge margin in this one, 54-0. My kick return for touchdown streaks ended just like a couple of winning streaks ended this week. Did not get one this game.
Well, you know what? Guess what? I got one.
Oh, you got one? All right,
let's go to Monroe on the road at East Mac. Let's just say the Red Hawks took over the Eagles. Let's check out this score when I got there. 47-0 just before the half. Why not make it a 50 burger? Okay. After a bad punt, Red Hawks in field goal range, add another 3 in the final seconds. 50-0 at the half. But this is why I love the crowd over at East Mac. They are still having fun, especially my new bestie, Miss Erica there, who is always showing off her moves. Speaking of moves, there are a lot more from Monroe. Fun row in the second half. The Red Hawks return the opening kickoff all the way back to the house. Make it 56-0. Zachariah Melton turning on the Jets. He plays offense and defense, and the senior is definitely special on special teams. Like I said, this one was all Red Hawks. The final score, 70-0.
We got to keep track. I think that might be the widest margin we've had this season.
Bless their heart.
East Mac trying to get together, but I like what you did there. Monroe, fun row.
Yeah.
That was nice. I like that.
I didn't make it up.
Well, let's take a look at some scores now from around. I was going to give you credit. We got Lake Norman Charter. They swept the area. Lake Norman, both schools winning 13-8. Now we're Pine Lake Prep and another shutout there as well.
Okay, yeah, a lot of, big blowouts tonight. Okay, and
let's see what else we got. Yep.
Yeah. Another one there.
Another goose egg. Sun Valley, 49-0. Good, two in a row for Sun Valley out there.
Gaffney used to work in the Cracker Barrel there. Shout out to my friends. 24/7 over Mallard Creek. Fun facts all night long, folks.
Mallard Creek trying that out of conference, tough play, but that's what you get then when you play for these big teams.
Yeah, you're right. Well, don't go anywhere. We still have one more segment to go here on the Blitz.
And as we take a break, look and listen to our band of the week. That's Rocky River High School. We'll be right back. Well, we promised you that Concord-Providence Day game, Cannon-Providence Day. So let's take a look at it real quick. It was the debut for the Cannon Cougars in this new conference, making the promotion up. And what a way to get welcomed into the conference by Providence Day. Right off the bat, Ian Klein, another opening game touchdown for the West Virginian running back. He breaks it all the way out to the sideline to punch in first for the Providence Day Chargers. Cannon tried to pull out some trickery here. They did not go down without a fight early in this one, and they did so on special teams. The fake punt here in their own territory, weren't able to get it though, so that puts the Chargers in prime field position, but doesn't matter because, again, a few drives later, they're going to get the ball back and try again. They got the fake field goal now for the pass. That's the quarterback, Tyler Green, right over the outstretched hands of his tight end. Providence Day with the ball back, trying to put points on the board. Still 7-0 Providence Day. The pass out, Channing Goodwin drilled right there. Helmet comes clean off, but it's not going to halt the drive that much. They're going to find a few plays later. Jaden Davis out to his main man, Jordan Shipp, all the way downfield, outstretch over the arms, touchdown Providence Day. They keep things rolling. Cannon does put one on the board though. 49-7 Providence Day. The Chargers stay undefeated. Cougars have the first loss of their season.
Ooh, well done.
Meanwhile, we're going to start the final segment of the highlights. In this section, we just did it with Jack there, but we're going to start with Piedmont and South Iredell. The Viking fans fired up for this one, and they would not be disappointed tonight. Take a look. Early on, South Iredell, the fans. Why is everybody in yellow like caution vest anymore? I don't get it.
Glow in the dark.
Unstoppable inside the 5, number 5.
It's the thing.
Julius Stevenson takes the handoff and barrels his way in for the score. The Vikings up early. A little later, South Iredell comes up with the big play. This one is going to be through the air. Adam Sharp is going to be on the receiving end of the deep pass here. He makes the nice grab. He would take it inside the red zone. Vikings in business inside the 5. Next play, Sharp is going to get the quick pass again, actually, on the shorter pass, and this time he is going to score. South Iredell wins this one big, 33-6.
Yes, nailed it, Jeff. Now we go to Lancaster, which is different than Lancaster. They take on Fairfield, and yeah, the Griffins hosting, well, Lancaster. Griffins ball. Yeah, I tell you what, they're going to score. Lancaster is a offensive juggernaut, and they fake out everyone, including the camera operator, because I tell you what, this offense is multiple, as the kids like to say. Meanwhile, how about Fairfield finding the end zone for the touchdown? And I got to be honest, South Carolina football is not a strength of mine, so we're going to hope for the best here. And they're going to come out in the second half, and both teams had fun.
You always need that halftime break.
What was the final on that one?
Halftime breaks
Yeah,
are the
what we
best.
got on that one? Yeah,
Sometimes we need them too.
We'll just keep looking. All right, on we go.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Fairfield getting that close score, getting the win right
Hey,
here
we'll
at the
see if
end.
I can do South Carolina football. Next up, Rock Hill taking on Richland. Lower Richland's lost back-to-back games. The Diamond Hornets are 1-3 to start the year. Trying to right the ship tonight against Rock Hill after forcing the Diamond Hornets to punt on the first drive of the game. Freshman Caden Watkins receives a punt, glides past the defenders, giving his offense some good field position. QB Matthew Williams drops back. The pass zips it to his man, E.J. Ratley, the first points of the game. Bearcats get the ball again in the first. Wilson fires over the middle, but incomplete. But a defensive pass interference sets up the offense perfectly as they take the lead, 14-0 with just a few minutes left in the quarter. They would go on to score and win big, 42-0 in shutout fashion.
Another goose egg there, another shutout. Well, our final game of the night, North Central at Keenan. Christmas came early at Keenan High School as the North Central Knights and the Raiders are in the spirit of giving the ball away. Second half handoff, Knights would gain a few, but cough it right up. Hold on, the Raiders are feeling charitable on their side of the ball. They're going to give the ball right back to the Knights, wrapped with a nice bow. And now Knights later are going to punt it back to the Raiders. This one just couldn't stay in the hands of anybody too long in this drive.
This is actual speed, Jack.
I was going to say, this is actual speed. We're seeing it right here live. We're going to see not done by the Raiders, though. Generosity on both sides tonight. Give it back. Just hot potato patty cake here in this one. No one seemed to want the end zone, but in the end, the Raiders were going to take down the Knights with kindness, killing them 22-7. Good Lord, a lot of turnovers in that one. Not a lot of offense. Don't know how they got 22 points.
It was. Yeah, they went fast. The ball was covered in mayonnaise.
Hey, we got one more set of scores for you. Take a look at some of the private schools. Charlotte Latin beats up on Winston-Salem 35-0.
And Covenant Day gets the L. Metro Lina on top, 27-14.
Yeah, we take a look at some more scores. How about Calvary, Georgia, beating Charlotte Christian 41-10? Didn't see that coming.
No, not at all. Them
And
Georgias.
Country Day on the road in Virginia, taking the final late win, 30-27 over Northcross. So another win for Country Day out there.
It's their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How about Cannon taking on Ravenscroft? Cannon played 2 games today? 31?
No, that was the same game, yeah.
Okay, yeah, 31-10.
In case you missed it.
Yeah, very good.
In case you missed this one from a minute ago, Metrolina still winning 35-0 over Charlotte Latin.
They kept it.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, and before we go, here's our play of the week from last week as voted on by you, the viewers. And after 400 more votes plus, the nod goes to Jeremiah Harrison from Chambers, who took a short pass and turned it into a 40-yard touchdown as Chambers got the win against Glenn. Take a look right here. Congrats to Jeremiah. Now, a new poll will be out early next week for fans to take a look at and vote, but Jeremiah Harrison there. So let me just say this real quick. That is a wrap on the Blitz. My thanks to Kelly, John, and Jack for their hard work tonight. Make sure you stay with Bahakel Sports for all your high school coverage. We'll see you next week on the Blitz. And let me just say this. I got the glasses on. We got small monitors. We have to look in to find the scores. Hey, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy college and pro games. The NFL is back. We'll see you next week on the Blitz.